What's going on? It's time to talk about the eighth Puppet Master film, Puppet Master Legacy. A couple weeks ago I started doing the 17 full moon films I wanted to review, but I could only find 15 of them. So I found the last two, so this is one of them. So let's get to it. Puppet Master Legacy was released by Full Moon Features, um, December 16th, 2003. Pretty sure it's either that or it's October. Whatever. Uh, it was written by Courtney Joyner and produced and directed by Robert Talbot, which apparently is a pseudonym he uses sometimes. Charles Band uses sometimes. So who knows? It's either actually Robert Talbot or Charles Band. I couldn't figure it out. So I'll just mention both. Charles Band's the guy who's behind all of Film and stuff. It's his company, and they've done, of course, the Puppet Master franchise and other franchises like Demonic Toys, Trancers, Ginger Dead Man, Evil Bong, Subspecies. It goes on. So yeah, Puppet Master: The Legacy is probably one of the worst sequels ever put out. Gonna give it that. A lot of people say Jaws: The Revenge is one of the worst sequels ever created. Sit down and try to watch this. Um, yeah, so for the first, so this film's about an hour and 15 minutes long, and yeah, about 45 minutes of that is stock footage from the other Puppet Master films. So, and most of it is from like two or three of them. Tolan 3, Toulon's Revenge, Retro Puppet Master, Curse Puppet Masters is thrown in there too, because they talk about there's these two characters, and there's this girl who's learning about the puppets and wants to steal it from the hotel that Toulon has hit him, and then yeah, and then there's the caretaker guarding it. So she goes and interrogates it, and the whole time they're telling the story basically as if you've never seen the Puppet Master films before. The whole backstory that was established for it, but which will later lead into like future sequels and stuff. But that's a little too far ahead. But yeah, so for majority of this film is just rehashing those plot points and like tying up tiny loose ends and stuff to establish how they got there. And then they have a little gunfight, and it basically just abruptly ends. Yeah, this film is really pointless. It's really stupid. It's one of the. It came out in the time though when Full Moon was having a really rough time trying to stay afloat. So like this is when Charles Band had to sell off a lot of rights and stuff to other distribution companies and stuff like Echo Bridge and stuff. That's why you always see the packs of that, and that's why the first like 9 films are always in a packs together and stuff like that. Um, so yeah, so this came about that time. So instead of making a full-on sequel, that he rehashed it and shot about like 10 to 20 minutes worth of new scenes, which is boring dialogue done by terrible actors, with a little shootout thing, and yeah, that's that. So, yeah, this is probably one of the worst sequels ever created. Um, yeah, but I understand the way like the time is, because also in this time period he did like one Puppets and Dolls Attack, which I reviewed, which is basically just the same thing. Whole pile of random cut scenes from films put together to make as an excuse for a film. So yeah, this movie was really boring, waste of time, and the new scenes they shot were completely dumb and stupid and boring, and the characters, they weren't even characters. They're just like staff members telling you what's going on. And yeah, pointless conflicts and a whole pile of dumbness. Just pass on this one. It's really boring. It's not worth the extra 20 minutes to sit there and watch the new stuff. They don't want to bring puppets out into it. So with that, I'm giving this one a 0.5 out of 5. Yeah, Puppet Master the Legacy. Let's just leave it as the worst one ever. Also, I never got the fact that most people say Curse of the Puppet Master is worse. How is that worse than 45 minutes of stock footage and 20 minutes of terrible acting in that? At least not when you have somewhat new puppet kills and stuff mixed in with stock footage. But oh well, that's just my opinion. So yeah, Puppet Master Legacy, terrible. Yeah, hopefully the next one's better. But for now, yeah, we're gonna settle with my 0.5 out of 5 for this one. So yeah, there's a trailer link down below if you absolutely have to check it out. Do it. But even if you haven't seen the Puppet Master films, just skip this one. Yeah, unless you have it in a pack or something, you want to just throw it on the background while you're doing something else. It might be fine to do that. But yeah, if you're binge watching them all, don't watch it. you'll just be bored out of your mind. So yeah. So trailer link down below, like usual. My Instagram's always linked down below as well, where I always post clips of films I'm going to review in the future on my story. So you follow me there to stay in the loop. I usually put the film title and a hashtag in the film clip, and also I put the subgenre of film in there too. So in case you're curious and something you're not interested in or whatnot, you're aware of it, follow me on Instagram to stay in the loop. Comment your opinions of this so-called sequel down below. Do you like it for some reason? Do you absolutely hate it like everyone else and myself? That'll be cool to know. Also, comment your favorite Puppet Master film if you have one, and your favorite full moon feature film if you have one. Maybe there might be something I haven't seen or checked out yet that I should. Also, if you just have any films at all that you want to hear my opinions on that you think I should check out that are probably better than this one, at least comment those down below. I'll try my best to get to them as soon as I can, and if I can find them. Make sure you like this video, share it so more people are aware of it, and yeah, and so they're aware of full moon and everything in general. They're usually pretty good nowadays too, and they do have a lot of good old stuff from like the 80s and early 90s. So yeah, make sure you subscribe so you can continue on hearing what I think of other full moon films and the rest of the Puppet Master franchise whenever I get to it. And yeah, and hopefully you can find some interesting hidden gems together. So with that, I'm off for now, so I guess I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.